Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we're a very special unboxing, something that came in from somebody who allowed me to check something out. Alright, today I'm opening up my box with my Utzler duckling. Let's take a look and see what we got in here. Okay. Alright, so, there's stuff on there. Make sure we don't see any of that. So let me move it off to the side there because there's private stuff on there. So I'm going to open this off to the side here a little bit if I can find out where the heck do I open it. All right. I may have to edit some of that so you don't see the name. I've got layers upon layers upon layers here. All right. All right, so here we are, finally. This almost looks like a Vero Engineering case. This reminds me of Vero Engineering. Let's see, what do we have here? Hathaway Knives. This is the SAROS Magna Cut. Grade 5 titanium. Hardware 17.4. May 10/3/23, so it's about a little over a year old. Machinist is GH. Anodizing is raw. All right, and the final inspection is GH. So, and who makes the knives here? Hathaway Knives. Oh, that's Hathaway. Or is that GH? Yeah, GH. All right, that's probably the guy who makes the knives, right? And what do we have here? A little note. Let me just see what it is. Hey, Rob, here's the SAROS. Oh, SAROS, not Soros. And a Prybar he makes. He has an XL version. I haven't handled one yet. Hopefully soon. Your friend Billy. And appreciate that, Billy. Thank you so much. And he left me his address. I know where to ship it back to, which is important. All right, so let's look at the Prybar first. Wow, that is a massive Prybar. And what do we got on here? I guess that's measurements. Yeah, like inch. Wow, that is pretty heavy duty. Got a little clip there and everything. Big old giant screw there. I don't know what that is, like a T, whatever. With an H on there. That's definitely pretty fancy. We'll have to take a look at that. All right, so here's the knife. I'm going to put this away over here. Okay. Oh, it's an integral. Wow. All right, all right, all right. Nice milling on the back here. A little sharp on the screws, which is interesting. Ooh, that's really sharp right there. Mm-hmm. Oh, and it's what is it? The clip's too thick or something? Yeah, it's not seated all the way. That would bug me. All right. So it's a flipper, very gentleman, very clandestine. You know, that's a massive. It looks like a T50 or something ridiculous. So, ooh, that's pretty smooth. Very smooth, full flat grind. Massively thick blade. Massively thick. Wow. Wow. Okay. Not bad. Feels like it might be on phosphor bronze washers. I can't tell. It's very thin in there. So either he milled it out in there. Let's see if we can. Can we see a little bit in there? Is there cage bearings or not? I can't tell. It might be cage bearings, actually. I think. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It is really hard to tell. Here, let me see if I can get a nice angle here. Yeah, it might be cage bearings. So it's cage bearings. Probably a little tight. It is an integral. Integrals, you know, you don't really get to adjust, right? All right. Wow. Pretty thick blade. Easy to get your finger on there. Can I do it left-handed? Well, it's no revert. Yeah, of course I can do left-handed. It's not a middle finger or anything flaky. There's no place to put your hand. But pretty nice. I mean, it's a solid little knife for sure. If I was going to do, I mean, he had some really crazy anodizations. If I did anything, it would be like this. I mean, this is pretty classy. Little bronze, etched, you know, kind of offset bronze. I like that. That would be nice. I could deal with that. But some of the ones I saw on the site, they were a little over the top, ostentatious. Nicely chamfered. Unfortunately, it's kind of sharp on the corners. So, you know, those are details that I noticed that would make me either love or not love the knife. So, got all sorts of screws here. I have no idea what their sizes are, and they look like they're kind of unique. I'm not even sure what kind of screw that is. So, I'm not going to mess with it. I have no idea. This is so unique and so perspective that it's just, we're just experiencing the knife. I would call this mid-tech custom kind of knife. So, as far as I'm concerned, I I don't know if you can really review a knife like this. You can just experience it. We'll experience it. It's a beautiful design. I love the integral, love the milling. That's really, really nice. Definitely sharp around the edges for sure. You can definitely feel that. All right, so I've got large hands with big meaty fingers, so I barely get on there, about 3.5 if I were to hold it correctly. Now it's really sharp right there. I don't like that. Yeah, so this is, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make this. This is a review impressions one-shot video. I can't really review this knife. I don't think it would be fair because one, I don't know anything about this guy. Two, it's just a unique design, and I'm experiencing design, just kind of get my feelings, impressions of it. It's not one that I probably would ever buy, right? And I don't know if I like this design language of the guy, but it's very cool. It's very unique. It's very different. And I think it has a lot of potential for other things that I would like, but this doesn't quite speak to me, right? He said there's a larger version of this, and that might be a little bit easier to work. I don't know. But there's a lot of sharp edges everywhere, and I'm not into that. I'm not into that at all. There's no weight relief, but it's very relatively thin because the integral, right? And it's a big chunk of titanium down here at the base as well. So really sharp around here, sharp around here. I don't like the clip doesn't sit. Both clips don't sit. This clip is loose. This clip is actually loose. I don't know how you tighten that. I don't know if I have the right tool. I don't want to cause any damage to this thing, but I'm going to guess. Okay, so here's a T25. Yeah, T25. Let's see. Is it close? Actually, it's a T25. All right, so I can, that's better. Okay. Just tighten it just a little bit. That's all we got to do. I have no idea what size this is. See, I think this, yeah, it's what about this one here? Maybe this is a T20, I think. Yeah, it's a T20. Maybe this is a T25 also. No, that's a T20. Yeah. All right. Interesting. Put that off to the side. All right, so that was really loose. I didn't want to lose that, but you can see that. See, it's got all that room there. That's unfortunate. Reminds me of Medford. It's got a Medford feel, but it's going to sound insulting. And I'm sorry if you're a big Medford fan, but it just feels like a little bit better than Medford quality-wise, right? Feels like there's more touches, more finishes that really stand out to me. They're unique, but they stand out. Love the H logo. It's pretty simple, and I love how he puts it in all his pivots and screws. That's kind of cool. All right, I love the thick blade, but comes to a thin. It's got a nice long edge, so it's pretty sharp, being its Magna Cut. You can definitely choke up here, for sure. I don't like this being sharp here in the corners and being flat. That is very uncomfortable. I mean, you want to have a place you can put your finger in. Like here, at least it's rounded, and you can come up like that. This is not technically a choil, but you can at least get in on that one, right? And this one I don't feel like I can. The clip, let me see if I can get past, man, that digs in. All right, so the clip being up here is not terrible. It is a little sharp, and that catches me. So that would be, oh yeah. If I choke up, it's not as terrible. I love the fact that there's texture. You can get a good handle grip. Love that he chamfered everything around, but there's some sharp little spots that could have been just polished off. That would go a long way, personally. All right, so what does it say in here? Is that a serial number? 1100323. Yeah, so it looks like he stamps it. Okay, very cool. Maybe that's a serial number, what have you. All right. Ooh. Hold on. So there's some milling that he does, some hand finishing he did on the insert. So how it engages. And I don't think that's a steel bar. Is it? Is it a steel bar insert? I don't. Hold on. Nope, it's not a steel bar insert. It's a titanium on steel. So he must carbonize the very tip. Yeah, so he carbonizes the tip, and it engages probably very. Where's it engaged? Engages right up here, right where the flipper is. Matter of fact, that's interesting. Wow. Okay, so engages right where the flipper is. It's a very thin bar. I don't know if that's it's a unique design. I'll say that much. If this speaks to you, I will say it's very cool, very well made. I think it's more of a beautiful carry, kind of a design piece, than it is a functional piece. Usually, you know, an integral can be pretty strong, but this seems very designy. It is smooth there. There's no sharp there. I just wish the corners here, wish the corners here, wish the little edges over here were just a little bit softened. I think it would go a long way. And then I wish the thumbs, that would be just a little softer, but otherwise it's a gorgeous knife. I love the look of this. It's a very, very sleek, and I would definitely get the larger one. This is a little small for sure for me, but it's cool. And I would like to see it tuned a little bit more where it could have more drop shut action. So with something like this, you control the over travel stop with this is like the over travel stop technically is this little button right here, the screw right here, and that's screwed into, looks like right into the back of it, yeah. And that's what allows you not to go past it and bend it. That's a little thinner lock bar, so you got to be careful about that. All right, this is not going to be a hard use, heavy use one. I mean, it's a beautiful piece, titanium. I think that's all titanium. No, screws, yeah, screws steel. Wait, what? It's a steel clip? Huh, that's kind of disappointing. That explains why it's all bent. Titanium would have better flexibility. It wouldn't bend like that. That's really disappointing. Yeah, I mean, just my 2 cents. I'm not a fan of steel clips. I hate steel clips beyond the passion. I really do. Every steel clip I ever have, I've bent, and so that's why I'm not a fan. That's a steel clip too. Oh, this must be like 3V or something. Maybe this is 3V or 4M or something, you know, some real heavy duty kind of metal. It doesn't say what it's made out of, but that's nice. Okay, I like that. And the reason why I say that is because I carry my own Prybar. My Lynch Northwest, all access pass, 3V. I don't think they make these anymore, but this is 3V. Super solid, works great. I mean, I would prefer a Prybar that's a little heavier duty kind of steel. But very, very cool. It definitely, I mean, you got to be careful here. You've got to clear up here to allow it to, or else you put pressure on there. Yeah, it's interesting. This is a cool little knife. I find it very fascinating. So it's Hathaway knives, definitely custom. This feels like a custom. It had some mid-tech, and people might say mid-tech because you see the CNC machining, but some of that machining is very hand done. There's a lot of hand finishes on here. Now, I think the industrial, very cornered, very sharp looking kind of look is part of his aesthetic here, and I think he executes it well. He does. Beautifully dead centered. I love that. Nice action, relatively speaking. You know, it's not a drop shot. It is titanium on the back of the tang of the blade, so it's titanium on steel, which is okay. But I think this is kind of cool, man. It is kind of cool. I am very grateful. Thank you, Billy. Thank you for letting me check this out. I really do appreciate that. It's a really cool knife for sure. I mean, I have to admit, let me see here. What are you saying about the larger one? He said, here's the Saros and the Pryhimex. Yeah. He has an XL version. I'd love to know what the Prybar is made out of. Well, maybe if I have it, I'll have a link for it if I can find anything, unless Billy lets me know. But and if I don't get it before I publish this video, hopefully, Billy, you watch this and you can maybe leave a comment down below. But he said he makes a larger one that he hasn't handled, but it sounds like he wants to, and that's cool. Definitely kind of got a feel for his aesthetic, unless the larger one was completely different. I feel like I've gotten a good feel of what he has here. Not really quite my cup of tea, right? But definitely nice to have checked out. Hathaway Customs is definitely a cool, or Hathaway Knives, sorry. Hathaway Knives is definitely a cool manufacturer. It's got to be US made. There's no question. Really, really cool. Really, really cool. Yeah. Nice and solid. I love the integral. Small, but, you know, still holdable. Just some little finishing touches that I can't get past. But very, very cool. Very, very cool. If you like this aesthetic, you're going to dig that. So let's look at the Prybar again. It's heavy duty, heavy steel. This is nicely rounded everywhere. There's a lot of finishes on here that if what he did here, he brought over here, this knife could be a whole lot better. I mean, if he just rounded his sharp edges on the blade itself here, that would be huge. But I'm guessing part of the reason why he does that is because that's also the tang of the blade that engages on there. But at least the top part up here, because that's just not comfortable, right? But yeah, it's interesting. But this is really cool. Nice finishes. Got little measurements. It looks like it goes down to 3.37 inches. That's a unique off the wall sort of measurement, but okay. All right. I like the pry bar. I like the little step milling here. That's kind of cool. It's got a little step milling going on there. All right, very cool. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Let's do a deep zoom here. All right, so here's the blade right here. I'm going to move this off. So here's the blade right here. Nice full flat grind. Flat on the top. Not super sharp, but it's not really rounded on top. Comes to a very thin, it comes to a pokey tip, but it's a very thick blade. It's got a nice long edge. All right, so over here we have these massive T1000 screws, or 100 or 550, whatever, I don't know. They're big. H, nice little logo. It looks like this is probably where you're going to drop in your, I'm guessing he's one of those guys who has the old school, you drop in your oil for the knife so you can get it into the detent hole or something. I'm guessing, no. Well, maybe. Yeah, okay. And then you've got chamfering all the way around. A little sharp on these corners down here. Wish that was a little softer. I love the milling back pattern back here. I think that's really nice on that full integral. The clip is nice. I mean, it works, but it's a steel clip and it's already bent. So it's unfortunate that came in like that. A titanium clip has a little more flexibility and it can go back and forth. And this one, if you put some big pockets, which is very easy to do, you see you don't have a ton of clearance down here. So big pockets easily would have bent that out. So that happens. Yeah, I love the logo on this side over here. Again, H in all the different screws. I find that really a nice touch. A little H down here at the bottom. This is sharp. This is really, really too sharp. This is kind of unreasonable. And if I would get one, I would have to get it plain because I want to soften that up. There's a lot of little spots I would soften up. This right here needs to be softened up. It's really too uncomfortable. It's the edges on the inside have been taken care of, except for down here. It's pretty sharp. This has been taken care of, so that's nice. All right, so here's the back of the blade. No billboarding whatsoever. There is a number, a little number of the part right in there, you can see, which is cool. All right, so that's really nice. I will say that's really nice. So let's look at the pry bar. Here you got the Hathaway pry bar. Some interesting measurements. I don't really get why they're measured like that. Maybe some of you guys who are engineers or whatever know why someone would choose these numbers as opposed to whole numbers, right? So maybe there's a reason. All right, maybe they line up with metric or something, I guess. I don't know. Huge pivot over there. Do like that. I love how you put at least the Hathaway on the end of the screw there as well. That's just, I say pivot, I meant screw. This is interesting. This feels like it's a bottle opener, but pretty strong, or it could open a can. I think that's nice. Then you have another opener over here, I'm guessing. Definitely a good solid pry bar. It's going to get into places, so I like that. I think that's cool. Yeah, kind of neat, kind of neat, kind of neat. All right, so let's do the two together. Zoom out just a little bit. I want to get them in the shot like this. I think it's kind of nice. So, all right, we'll do a little zoom out here. Oh, kind of get you out of the shot there. So there we go. That's pretty, right? And look at the back. All right, then we'll look over here at the pry bar. We'll look at the back. All right, very cool, very cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Billy, for allowing me to check this out. Definitely a cool knife. It's one of those that's nice to have checked out. I don't know if I can really do a review on this because it's so out of my aesthetic, and I don't know what I'm looking for in this one. And I'm very grateful to be able to check it out. This very much feels like a Medford. Yeah. Unless he has a completely different aesthetic for some of his other knives. It's one of those that, you know, hey, I got a chance to check it out. I know what it's like. And it's probably one that I'll probably never buy, right? You know, and that's okay. Because quality stuff like this leads to other quality stuff, right? Someone sees this and it maybe inspires them for the integral. Maybe they see this pattern and they go, ooh, I have an idea for something else. And then you can kind of see that inspiration help the community. I mean, it's a pretty knife in the general sense of a knife. It's a pretty looking knife. For me, it's not a functional knife because I carry every knife that I own. If it doesn't work ergonomically, it doesn't work for me. And that's what's killing me right here. That's really what's killing me, quite honestly. So there's some ergonomics big misses here. And I mean, if I was like, let's say Somebody gave me this knife. I'm not asking for anybody to give me this knife. But let's say if this was given to me, I would fix a ton of things myself. I would be getting my Dremel out, be softening here, be softening all these corners everywhere. There's, you know, just things I would have to do to be able to carry it. So, but again, those are such small nitpicks. Those are just personal preferences. You guys may not care. So, you know, it's all good. Yeah, thank you, Billy. Thank you for letting me check it out. I'm going to guess that this is a favorite of yours or not, but, you know, this just goes to show there are things that I like. I mean, heck, I can pull out my Utzler and he may not like that at all. He may just find that the blade shape ugly, right? Like some people may not like this little pop-up here, even though it's semi-pseudo reverse tanto, they might not like that. Some people may find that very displeasing. I get it. I get it. Just like in my Prybar, I have this, and his is a little different, right? You may find this really boring and plain Jane, right? It's definitely a much more eclectic, pretty kind of look. So I dig it. I dig it. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? If you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting subscribe? Subscribing and liking my channel and my videos and all the things I do here, I really appreciate it. It helps me to do more things, produce more content, just experience more things, and, you know, more things for you guys. So thank you. Thank you to everyone out there who watches the videos, who likes the videos, who enjoys the content, who's part of the community, who is in the chat, and just part of the whole thing. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you. If you didn't know that, you can also hit the notification button down below as well, so you can be notified of future content like this video. And a big shout out to all my channel members. Thank you. Sorry about the alarm there. A big shout out to all my channel members as well. Thank you for supporting the channel and being part of this. You really do help me to do things way sooner than I ever thought I'd be able to, and you encourage me. Encourage me at times when I need encouragement. I don't do this full time, so any encouragement is always appreciated. Yeah, I also like to do 2 exclusive things for my channel members. I like to do a once-a-month members giveaway exclusively for the channel members, and it's a much nicer knife than the budget banger that I love to give away as well to all the members. The other thing I also would love to do is mail all brand new channel members, or anybody who's been a channel member who's never gotten a channel sticker, but you're currently a channel member right now. I would love to have you. I'd love to have you as a channel member. I'd be honored, right? There's 3 different tiers, so, you know, you join the bottom tier, whatever you want. If you join the middle or top tier, you get exclusive content, different things like that. So just know that, my way to say thank you. If you're an Uber nerd, then you actually get an exclusive sticker, special stickers. So just know that as well. All right, a big shout out, thank you to everyone out there. I appreciate you channel members. Just know that you mean the world to me. Thank you. If you haven't already, maybe check me out on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.